Welcome to another episode of SLC Punkcast, what we used to call Live Around the World, but I'm trying out a new title this time. I'm going to call it Live and Wired. Live and Wired. Just kind of rolls off your tongue. It sounds pretty cool that way. Anyway, in which we talk about shows that we have attended, shows that we want to attend, and just shows that are happening that we think you guys may want to attend. And I'm going to be covering the local circuit. What shows have I gone to? Well, I went to a couple. On the 6th, I went to see Suffocator, Cudney, and Mañanero. Mañanero, I was there because Suffocator, they hadn't played in a long time. It had been almost a year since they had played a show because, well, they were going through some member changes. Well, their drummer, mostly. They had Charles Bogus drumming for them for a while back in the spring. And then he got busy with, Bogus is also a tattoo artist, and he was busy with playing in Parallax for a reunion show. Then they managed to get back their original drummer after he eloped to Vegas to get married, and then he came back, and Josh welcomed him with open arms, like, "Are you coming back to the band?" "Yes." "Okay." Then this was the first show that they had played since, I can't even remember when. But it was awesome. Awesome to see them again. And I got to the show right as Mañanero was finishing up, and what I did see of their set was a lot of fun. It was just, it was great jam rock, is what it was. Jam rock. I've seen them once before at the Twilight Lounge, also in downtown Salt Lake, and I was extremely high and also pretty drunk. It was pretty fun. And with Cudney, God, it was awesome seeing Cudney again. They even had a Twisted Tea reserved for me because after the last time I saw them, well, it was when Apathetics were playing a show with them over at the Funk and Die bar up in Ogden, Utah. That we just chilled in the parking garage and we were shotgunning PBRs. And I said, "We gotta do this again next time I see you." Well, this happened to be the next time, and they had a Twisted Tea for me, and we shotgunned it in the front of the bar. Behind their van, just to make sure that the cops didn't see us drinking in public. We weren't caught. We were fine. Oh, but Cudney, they just fucking rip. They have such a great sound, a sound that you don't hear very much of these days, and that is it's the best way I could describe it is 90s alt metal. I told them, like, you have a sound that's very reminiscent of the likes of Helmet, of Melvins, and Section 8, and a bit of that, really. That's really what it reminded me of, and it was such good shit. It's just great hearing that, and I bought their CD, and their CD, oh my god, I love it. It is a jewel case. You open it up, and it is literally a burned CD. One of those little blank discs that you buy at, Office Max or wherever, or it used to be Radio Shack. And it had their name on there written in Sharpie, Cudney. And the album sleeve, it looked like a booklet, but it wasn't. It was just Xerox paper folded into quarters so that it could fit the perimeter of the jewel case cover. And I just looked at that and said, I love everything about this. I love everything about this release. And I put the CD in my car, and my car has a stereo on it where it will display the title of the track, the title of the album, and the name of the band. But this didn't have any of that. It didn't have any of that. It just said track 01, and then track 02. Oh boy, this is bringing me back. This is bringing me back to when all we had was anyone with a computer who had an operating system that had the software to burn a CD. That person was king. It was me. I was the person that had that. So it brought me back to those days. It was great. And it sounds good. It sounds awesome. They have some amazing songs, and their show was amazing. They just had a great sound, great attitude. I love those guys. Cudney, I can't wait to see you guys again. I can't wait to play with you guys again. I know you guys are playing this weekend, but I will be gone. I will be in Texas, but we'll get to that later. Anyway, that was that show. On the 7th, I went back to Aces High and caught the band Higher Law doing their album release show. And that was with Hi-Fi Murder and Murphy and the Giant. But anyway, I got there after making a pit stop at Urban Lounge where the band Zeal and Ardor was playing. I wasn't there to see the show. I just had to drop off some magazines and put up a poster for Slug Magazine. So I did that, and I had to go put the poster out on this bulletin board that's right by the bathrooms, which is on the other side of the bar, so I have to get through the crowd to go in there. So I just let the security guy know, hey, you know me, I'm just here to put up a poster, I'm here to drop off magazines, I bet the show is already almost over, I'm good to go back. Yeah, you're fine, go. So I went back there, and I caught a bit of Zeal and Ardor's set, and those guys are great. They are a heavy as hell band, and I was kind of bummed that I had to dip really pretty much as soon as I came in. But they're great. They're a great band. I'm pretty sure they're still out on tour. If you're into like a sludgy sort of folky metal, Zeal and Ardor's the way to go for you. So anyway, about the show that I attended, well, I didn't catch any of Murphy and the Giant, which I'm kind of bummed about. I like those guys. I like them. I've seen them play at Piper Down a few times. They do some, they're just a great Celtic punk band. Celtic. I always pronounce it Celtic. Don't know why it was Celtic this time. Whatever, it doesn't matter. They're a great Celtic punk band. I've seen them perform a few times, and they do some great Flogging Molly and Dropkick Murphys covers, and even some old Irish folk songs, as they do. But they're pleasers because they play a lot of bars. Aces High notwithstanding, but they got to play those the fan favorites. And they're good at what they do. Just wish I could have seen them on this time. But I did manage to catch Hi-Fi Murder, and Hi-Fi Murder, they were a party. Me and my friend Josh Leyland, who plays in Apathetics with me, and my friend Jack McGuire, I call him Jack Off, because I've been calling him that ever since he was 16. We were just all clamoring to the mic, just wrapping our arms around each other, just like it was old times, back when mine and Josh's old band, Suburban Hellkill, used to play with Hi-Fi Martyr. That's actually a pretty cool name. Hi-Fi Moida. Well, we used to play with them a lot. And we will be playing with them again next month. We actually have a show booked at Ice House with them and a couple other bands. The show's not exactly announced yet. I don't have a flyer on hand or anything, but stay tuned for that. Higher Law now. When they took the stage, they were a little bit burnt out. At least when it came to their performance, you could tell they were pretty tired, but didn't stop them from having fun. You could tell that they were having a good time. And their music is really exciting. It's like, it's kind of in the same vein as Wilhelm Scream, only not nearly as technical, not nearly as, Jaco Pastorius style bass playing. They were, but they were awesome. They just had that same sound to it, the same feel to it, not necessarily exactly the same music. Not technically speaking, but I don't know how else to describe it. But I talked with their singer and guitarist, the nice fellas, really nice fellas. Told them about the Punkcast and that we would love to have them on the show, interview them. I have yet to reach out and actually ask them about that, set up the times and shit, but they're into it. They are definitely into it. I'm into it. It's what we like to do. We like to interview bands and talk about their music. So those are the shows that I attended. Now, as for the shows that are coming up, on the 14th, we got two different, Christmas-themed festivals. We have Friendsmas, a punk rock Christmas, which is a benefit show for Utah Domestic Violence Coalition. That will include Racist Kramer, Restroyer, Pirates of the Promised Land, and Atypical Heroes. That'll be at Urban Lounge, and it's technically free, but bring donations. They are certainly appreciated. We'll be starting at 7 p.m. Meanwhile, on the 14th, my friend Chris is doing a Christmas-themed showcase that's in conjunction with this podcast, the Prickcast, which if you haven't checked that out, you should listen to it. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Anyway, it's the aptly titled Prickfist Xmas Massacre. And that'll include bands such as Al Ghul, Acid Hologram, A Traitor's Last Breath, Satan himself, Monstrology, Simeon, Cudney, DeBrider, and Mormon Tabernacle Fire. That is going to be at Aces High Saloon. It is $20 to enter, or 15 if you're wearing any Prickaganda merch, a t-shirt, a hat, or even if you just have a button on your jacket. Anything goes like that. You'll get $5 off. That thing starts at 2 p.m. And also, what's going to be funny, the man Satan himself, yes, Satan himself will be there, acting as a sort of acting sort of like a DJ. He'll be the entertainment in between bands when they're setting up. He's a one-man band. He dresses up as the devil himself, and he does little acoustic songs. So he'll be there throughout the entirety of the show, doing mini sets in between. So that's pretty fun. And moving on, we got on the 16th, we have the Toasters, the Makeways, and Atypical Heroes at Aces High, and that's going to be starting at 8 p.m. Don't know the price of that, probably be $15 or $20, that's what I'm guessing, but just look on their site, you will see it. Then on the 18th, No Guard, Ulteriors, The Idiots, and Molotovin will be playing at Loathing Clothing, and that is, it's $10, but really pay what you can to get in. They're lenient that way. That'll be starting at 6 p.m. And the No Guard guys are going to be staying at my house that night. Pretty cool. I don't know if I'll be able to make it to the show, but we'll see. And then on the 21st, we have Halloween Never Dies. It is a benefit show for Inc. Against Cancer. It's all local. It's going to be at the Depot. And it's going to include Recidivist, Mask, Yick, Mummy. And that's it. And yeah, that is also a donation-based entry. Just bring whatever you can. It starts at 7 p.m. And that's all the shows I got for the month. And by that regard, the year. If there are any more shows coming up, then I will definitely let you guys know. Now, as for the show that I'll be going to this weekend, it'll be at the Winter Weekenders Fest out in Houston. Why am I going there? Mainly to see Mike McColgan's band play my favorite Dropkick Murphys album in its entirety. Of course, I'm talking about Do or Die, the one Dropkick Murphy album, the Boys on the Docks EP notwithstanding, because that's an EP, not an LP, the one Dropkick Murphys album that Mike McColgan sang on. And I've seen Dropkick Murphys play that album in its entirety back in 2015 for its 20th year anniversary. But Mike was not singing, it was Al. It was the regular Dropkick Murphys lineup at that time. So, I mean, it was cool. Don't get me wrong, it was an awesome set, awesome renditions of these otherwise classic and simple songs. And it was great. But there is just something to the original singer singing the lyrics of the songs that he wrote. It's going to be fucking magical. I am excited as hell for that one. And it'll be my first time in Houston. So what a way to be, right? Anyway, that's all I got for the shows that are coming up and the shows that I'll be attending and the shows that I attended. So we'll see you next week. This is Eric from SLC Punkcast. Live and Wired. I'm going to work on that title. I think it's a cool title. We'll see if we'll keep it. Anyway, next up is Dustin. He's going to be telling you all the other shows and tours that'll be happening within worldwide. So,
and here we go around the world. I'm going to start with one Eric intended on talking about, and that is the 7th annual Anti-Christmas Suicide Prevention Benefit Show that features Goners UK coming in from Montana, then Captain Daniel, Sunnybrook Sailors, Goat Sifter, and Filth Lords. That is Saturday, December 21st at Aces High Saloon. $15 for the tickets. Make sure you get yours. Get there. Got a few, and in no particular order. Again, Authority Zero's wrapping up their tour today, the 12th. They'll be in San Antonio at Paper Tiger, Austin at Kick Butt Cafe, cool venue. El Paso, Texas, wrapping it up on their way back to Arizona at Club 101. And it looks like that show today in San Antonio, they're with Teenage Bottle Rocket. Go to authorityzero.com and get your tickets. It's a cool looking flyer, by the way, especially for Texas. Next up, we've got the Higher Ground, and we're Mellow Maniacs presents Hardcore Holiday Show. Features Old North End, Outnumbered, Miles of Fire, I think, and then Concrete Ties. That's Friday the 13th, all ages show at Higher Ground. Doors at 7, show at 7:30. Bring a few canned food goods or non-perishable food items for feeding Chaplain Valley. So get yourself there. Next, there will be a Punk Rock Saves Lives toy drive show December 14th at Burning Beard Brewery in El Cajon, California. Doors open at 1. It's $10 in advance, so do that very soon. Otherwise, it's $15 at the door. Ages 10 and under are free, so bring them kids out to experience some cool bands like No Consent, LSM, the Arson Choir, Busted Coffins, Dollheads, and who's the other one? The Odd Advantage. There we go. That's the one I couldn't read. 1 Square Mile is when I said LSM. That's actually 1SM, 1 Square Mile. The event will have food vendors, beer, and raffles. There's toy donations benefiting Promises to Kids, foster kids of San Diego County, ages 0 to 18. So if you can, help out, bring a new still in package unwrapped toy, and you can go to the event page for acceptable items. Go to Punk Rock Saves Lives over on Instagram for more details. Yet another Christmas. This is an FCS Xmas Party 2024 featuring Fierce City, Fighting for Scraps, Old Salt out of Wisconsin, Clear Coat. It is going to be in Blue Island at Eagles Bowling Lanes. Doors are at 5, so come hungry. That'll be December 14th, $10. Get yourself there. Plenty of holiday shows to go around wherever you happen to be. You might have to travel a little bit, but still pretty close. No Guard from Springfield, Illinois are underway on their tour. They've already done Missouri, Texas. They're Albuquerque, New Mexico on the 11th. Tomorrow they'll be in San Fernando, so it took a day off to go from Albuquerque, New Mexico to San Fernando, California. Then on the 16th, they'll be in Oakland, Salt Lake on the 18th, working their way back to Springfield, Illinois. They'll hit on December 20th, Denver, and then Kansas City on the 21st. Looking forward to that. Eric mentioned the specific Salt Lake show, but any of those other ones will be available for you if they're going to be in your area. I think they've got a couple flyers, not all the flyers, but some of the flyers for those shows posted already. In Europe, winding down the tour for Ignite and Slapshot with the Drowns and my pals in This Means War. Today, probably happening right now, they're in Slovenia. Then they'll be in, looks like Switzerland, France, and Belgium to wrap it up through December 15th. So not too many chances left. Make sure you go see them if they're going to be in your neck of the woods. Then we're going to go to the Boulevard in Wigan. The bands playing are Dirtbox Disco, Drongos for Europe, The Sentence, Zero Tolerance, The Mistakes, UK Descent. It's £15. And it looks like the show's going to go from 2:30 to 8:30. So matinee, love the matinees. Definitely always in support of the matinees. That's going to be on December 14th. Go get in on that punk rock Christmas in Wigan. If you go over to dirt.box.disco, they've got a link there for the Eventbrite to get those tickets, but you should do so soon. Next is a Punksmas, The Cellar Volume 9, featuring our pals in Cry Havoc with 5 Stories Falling, Zombie, Jared Napick, Wolf Harbor, Minor Inconveniences, Ashtray Angel, New Haven Ravens, I like that name, The Simulators, John Fullington, Max Hysteria, and Degenerates of Punk. Plus, they have some comedy going on. We just did an interview with our local Punks and Punchlines, so very cool concept, and I think that's going to be awesome. It's going to be in Hamden, Connecticut at the Cellar on Treadwell, December 14th, 2 p.m. as there's a stacked lineup, so make sure you get there. $15, that's inexpensive, and it is a 21 and older show. Next, we've got Schleimkeim, and this will be in Leipzig on December 21st. They'll be with Rawside, VSK, Mike and the Assfuckers, what a name there, and then our pals in High Society. So get out and see that one. Also, High_Society_Punk Rock. They have more details there as well. Then one definitely would love to be at this show. It's a stacked lineup brought to us by Urban Arts Foundation. You can go to NJ_Urban Art Foundation to get more details from them. But that'll be this Saturday, the 14th. This is going to be in Morristown, New Jersey. Doors at 7. Show goes to midnight. You will get Steel Toe Solution, Lucy, Iron Duke, Schaefer Battle, and the Combatants. Awesome bands there. Great lineup that they are putting together. Next, we're going to go to a Murphy's Law show. This one is at the Middle East. I believe the Middle East is in Boston or thereabouts, somewhere in that area. Anyway, at the Middle East Club, with Murphy's Law, to be Neighborhood Shit, Scumbari, Port Impulse Control. Again, that's Friday the 13th. All ages, 8 p.m. is when doors happen, but you need a valid ID to drink. $18 in advance, $22 the day of the show. Got a few more to go still. This one is an acoustic night at Round Guys Brewery. It's got to be, I guess, probably somewhere in Philly, as the band The Bad Ups are going to be there. Old Town Wake and All Depends. That's December 20th. Then we're going to head over to Bassaport in Nantes in France for the bands Gorilla Poubelle, Toxic TV, and Princess. A couple of French bands all there. 8 o'clock, €10. And that'll be Saturday the 14th. Go check that one out. I dig the flyer. That's pretty cool. Next, we will be going to... I have no idea where this one is. I assume German. It looks like it's in German. Willy Brandt Alle in Web Lübeck. Maybe Lübeck is the city. I don't know. Hopefully you know where and it's close to you. But on December 20th at 9 o'clock, you get to go see Shell Shocked out of Berlin and the Unnecessaries. There we go. That's a U, not an H. That first letter there was throwing me off. The Unnecessaries from Kiel. So awesome looking flyer as well. Hopefully you know where that is so you can get there. Sheer Terror are doing 3 shows for 40th anniversary shows this December. Today, there will be in Portland, Maine at Gino's. Tomorrow, the 13th, Clifton, New Jersey at Dingbats. And then on the 15th, they'll be in Washington, D.C. at Comet Ping Pong. So check out 40th anniversary there for Sheer Terror. We have 2 more to go. This one is in Murrieta in California. It's Saturday the 21st, all ages with Urethane, Since We Were Kids, Das Clown, I Decline. I think I Decline. I only know the band In Decline. I Decline Punks. Okay, cool. Rare Sense and No Solution. Doors are at 6, so check that out. Das Clown _officials where I've got it, so you can definitely get more information there, or at Suckapunch _productions on Instagram if you want to get more details from that. And finally, Saturday, December 21st in Edinburgh. Looks like I think the venue is Legends. Yep, and you get to go see Spunk Volcano and the Eruptions, the Overbites, Radio Chip Pan, Razortooth, Bucky Bombs, and Jock Spar. That's awesome. They're doing a punk rock Christmas there. It is, looks like over 14, I think is what that means. Early show, so it goes from 5 to 10, so make sure you get there early. Tickets-scotland.com or JGG. Oh, some of the fonts are hard to read. JGGproductions.com. Get more details there. Eric?
See you next week. Take it easy.